Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the Truly Bedrock survival realm. And in the last live stream that we did, I started working on the outside area of our base. Now, we didn't get very much done. Basically, all I did was started to make a slope down from the house side there, and we started to add this in, which is basically just a load of wheat and various blocks and some grass and some bone meal stuff, and I want this to sort of spread around this area. Now, this is not what we're going to be doing today, but if you want to catch stuff like this, make sure to check out our Twitch streams, which are on twitch.tv/FoxyNoTail. I'm going to be streaming there again tonight. I'm going to try and do a few days a week, including Mondays, Fridays, and Sundays, but we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes for now. And yeah, we've got some admin to do today because the people of this realm that I play with keep stumbling across a bug, and it is a nasty bug in the game, and it means every time they find that bug or they stumble across that bug, I have to take the realm down and fix it. And that bug is, of course, the wither bug. So there we go. Let's just let the wither loose in our base area. It's absolutely fine because the bug means it. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no, I thought it was bugged out. I thought it wouldn't break anything. Oh no. Oh no, what's going on? I can't believe it. I'm destroying my world. Oh, look where he's going. He's all over the place. No, I'm only kidding. Let's just hop into creative. We are, in fact, on a creative copy of the realm. Thank you very much. But the problem is, when you fight the wither and you die and the chunks get unloaded, the wither can become immortal and invincible. And then even if you try and go back and kill him, you can't kill him, which means if you've spawned him in the overworld or the end and people are around, he'll just be there forever and you can't get rid of him and he'll potentially destroy everything in sight. So what I have to do is download the world to get rid of him and then reload the world. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing today because there's currently one loose in the end. So as usual, first things first, we're going to take a download of the realm. Now, Tiz is actually online, so this isn't going to be the one we're going to be working on. But before we do anything, there's a few things I want to do with command blocks that we're going to learn about together. We're going to try and optimize a few of our existing command blocks, as well as put in a new system to get rid of broken withers. Okay, so on the download of the realm I've just taken in creative mode, we can see the wither that Silent has let loose. Now, there's a few different ways we could deal with this. We could come into creative mode like we've done, come over here and teleport them into the void and kill them. And the reason we teleport them into the void first is just so that when they die, they don't explode loads of stuff around them. Or we could just let that guy, you know, float into the void himself and kill himself. Now, because we don't have admin commands on the realm, we have to do a download of it first. But if you're playing a world where you have admin commands, you could just hop into creative mode, or you don't even need to go into creative mode. You could just kill him. The problem with this method, though, is if the wither is near something that you care about, or is at your base or in the overworld, you don't really want to go and load the chunks that he's in and let him cause any more destruction. The other thing we do on this realm when we kill the wither is we get rid of the nether star, because we say that you're not allowed a cheaty nether star. So the way I get rid of them is not by coming back into the game at all. It is by loading up a program. And let's go and do that, shall we? And if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know the tool that I like to use is called MCC Tool Chest, and they have a handy search tool which we can use to find an entity. We can then load up which dimension we want to look in, and we know it's in the end, and we type in wither in the ID, click search, and it's going to search through all the regions in the end. And there we go, look, lots and lots of things for the wither. Now, a lot of those are its projectiles. We actually want the actual wither. So we're not bothered about wither skulls. We're not worried about the dangerous wither skulls, which are the projectiles. We just want the actual wither itself. So if we click on this, that will order it by the name, and then we just need to scroll down until we get one that just says wither. Oh, wither boss. Well, I didn't expect this. There are actually two different wither bosses in the end at the moment. I need to get rid of both of these. And as you can see, if I click on these, it's going to change the information in the background. It's actually going to take us to the chunk where they are. And then if we load up the entities of this, we can see that this one here, this one that says 76 entries, is the Minecraft wither. So all we need to do is click on that, click delete, and that one has gone from that chunk. Let's go to the wither boss one on the other one, and we'll go to entities, and there's now a lot of different ones in here, but we know it's this one because it's got 76 entries, and that says there Minecraft wither. Let's get rid of it. And let's just see what the other one said. So this one was a Enderman, so we don't want to get rid of that. And these ones are items, so we don't want to get rid of those. So we've got rid of those. They are completely wiped out of the game. All we need to do is close that and press save. But there's no point in doing that because that is just a throwaway world download. I was just demonstrating what we're doing. We're actually going to be doing something completely different today with command blocks. And we're going to start by going back into the creative download that we've just taken, and we're going to go over to our command block area. And the command blocks in our world are located at 100,000 chunks out, and they are also located inside of a ticking area. And a ticking area is a bedrock of the equivalent of spawn chunks, meaning they will always be loaded. So these command blocks will always be loaded. If we look at ticking area and then list, it'll show you we have one ticking area in use. And it's called commands, and it just covers this area. So it's only these 4 chunks here that are loaded by our ticking area. We've got this, which is our one-player sleep command block system. And then we've got this, which is our thunder shrine command block system. We're going to look at fixing both of those, or at least optimizing both of those. And we're going to look at adding a whole new one in for killing rogue withers or broken withers. And we're going to start with that. Right then, we're going to use a zombie as our test subject, and the thing we want to be able to do is we want to take an anvil and a piece of paper or any item really, rename it to kill wither, and when we chuck that item on the floor, we want the wither to basically be TP'd underneath the world and then killed. And the reason we want it TP'd underneath the world is we don't want it to explode when it dies and break anything around it. Now for this test, our zombie is going to be our wither. It's our crash test zombie here, and this is going to pretend to be the wither. So we're going to need a few different command blocks. Okay, so normally how you would kill something, you would do kill @e type equals zombie. And I'm doing it in here rather than command block. It's exactly the same command. And if we do that, that zombie will die. So we can do that with the wither. But if we do that, the wither's going to start its dying animation where it was actually originally, and it's going to blow up stuff around it. So first of all, we want to teleport it. So we want to teleport it into the void. So the first thing we could do is TP @e type equals zombie, and then where we want it to go. So if we do tilde -40 tilde, that's going to teleport the zombie at -40, but from where we are, not where the zombie is. So it will actually end up -40 below us. Now, if we take that minus out, like so, and then look up, it's going to land on us, look. So that the tildes are referencing wherever the command was made. So if we put that into command block, the wither, when we teleport it, is going to end up near the command block. So in order to get it to stay where it is in the world, but 40 blocks below the bedrock, what we need to do is do execute @e type equals zombie tilde tilde tilde. So that's saying do this command wherever that zombie is, and then TP @s, which is basically itself, and then 40 blocks below. So we're going to do 40 blocks above again, just so we can see it. Let's run that command, and we should see the zombie land on top of that. So it went exactly where the zombie was in the X and Y, in the X and Z, but it went up in the air. Let's just run that again so you can see. So we'll do execute @e type equals zombie tilde 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 TP @s tilde 40 tilde, and it will go 40 blocks into the air. So we know we can do that. So let's make our first command block. Let's put it over here. We're going to do execute @e type equals wither tilde 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 TP @s tilde -40 tilde. So it's going to teleport it -40 blocks below the bedrock. So that's nice and easy. That one is going to be an impulse type command. It's going to be unconditional, and it's going to need redstone. So that's easy. That's going to TP it. And then after that, we want to kill it, which is really simple as well. So we're just going to do kill wither, and we're going to do kill @e type equals wither. Now what we want is this one to actually activate after the first one. So we're going to make that a chain command block instead, and we're going to do that on conditional, which I believe, I might be wrong on this, it should need the first one to run successfully before it works. But I might be wrong on that, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going to try this first with the zombie that we've got, and then we'll do it with the wither as well. Bearing in mind this is a throwaway creative download, so it doesn't matter if things go wrong. Let's just try this, shall we? Okay, so this time we've changed the TP command to a zombie, and I'm actually going to make it TP 5 blocks above wherever I spawn it. So we're going to spawn it over there again, and then it's going to kill it after it's TP'd it. So let's just put a lever on the back there and see what happens. When we flick that lever, the zombie should go up and then immediately die, and it should always die after it's been TP'd. Let's try that again. There we go, it did it again. Now, if you're not confident that there is enough time between it being TP'd and when it is killed, we can actually use the new functions of these command blocks on Bedrock Edition to add delay. So we could add a 20 tick delay in there. which would actually mean it would wait until it killed it. So let's try that again. Put the zombie back. We've put a 20 tick delay in there. Let's flick the lever on. And then you can see it waited until it actually killed it. So we could do that as well as a little bit of a safety mechanism. So we know that works with the zombie. All we need to do is make that work for the wither. But we need our trigger mechanism, which is when we drop a piece of paper on the floor that is named kill wither, it's actually going to kill the wither. So the way we do this is very simple. We're going to create a new command block that is called wither trigger. Now, it doesn't have to be called that. We can call that whatever we want. That's just a title so that when we look at it, we can see what it is. And the command we're going to run is test for @e type equals item. So we're looking for an item with the name kill wither. Now, we can't actually specify what item we use on Bedrock, so it can be any named item. It would be nice if we could say paper or diamond or something like that, but we can't. It can only be an item or a type of mob, basically. And the name is going to be kill wither. And we're going to put that on repeat, and we're going to put it on unconditional, or we're going to put it on always active. Now, that is now going to be looking for a piece of paper on the floor, and if we get a comparator, when it finds one, it should give that comparator an output signal. So when we throw this piece of paper down, you can see the comparator gets a signal. When we pick it up again, it goes away. So all it's doing is testing for, in the whole world, an item with the name kill wither. And like I said, we could do any item. So I could actually rename this comparator kill wither and throw that on the floor, and we're still going to get an output. So now we've got the output from the comparator. We need to then plug that into our redstone blocks. So let's use our zombie ones first. So we'll put the TP zombie there and the kill zombie there. We're going to put the zombie back in his little hole there, and when we throw that little piece of paper on the floor, he's going to get TP'd and then he's going to die. And it's very simple. But that piece of paper is still there, and we don't want it to be still there. We want that paper to disappear. So what we're going to have is one final command block on the end of here. We're going to call it kill item. We're going to say kill @e type equals item, name equals kill wither. We're going to put it on chain, conditional, always active. And now when we throw the piece of paper or whatever it is down, it should still do what we want it to do, but then immediately despawn. So let's throw that down. It's done that, and then it despawns. So there we go. And did you see that it didn't despawn until it had actually killed the zombie, because it's in a chain with a condition? So basically, once that condition is met, it's killed the zombie, that will give out a redstone signal into that one, which will allow it to work. Let's just try that again. Let's make some more paper. Let's make a whole bunch of zombies. Let's turn it to night so they don't need roofs over their heads. Let's spam a load of zombies around the place, and let's drop a piece of paper on the floor. They all get TP'd up, they all die, and the paper disappeared. That is job done. So that's what we need to add in on the actual realm, but instead of the zombie, we need to do it for the wither. So let's just give that a test. We're going to get rid of TP zombie, we're going to get rid of kill zombie, and we're going to copy TP wither, and we're going to copy kill wither. So let's just refresh our memories. We've got execute @e type equals wither, tilde, 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 TP @s, tilde, -40 tilde. And then on this one, kill @type equals wither. So now let's actually spawn in a wither and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to come right back over here. We're going to spawn in the wither. Let's see if this works. So let's put his heads on there. We're going to have to wait until he's fully formed before we do this, I believe. It might work without that, but I think it doesn't actually register until he's fully formed. There he is. Let's chuck that down on the floor. You can see he's disappeared. There he is, down -40 into the void. And he's going to die any second now, and his nether star will drop into the void, successfully getting rid of him. Now we also need to make sure he's not just going to randomly get affected by these command blocks. We do have the kill wither one with always active, but it is looking for the TP to be teleported first. So yeah, he's around, he's not doing any damage, he's not dying, he's not killing anything, everything's fine. Let's throw the piece of paper down. And that time he didn't get TP'd, so that's a problem. But he also didn't destroy anything. That was very interesting. So maybe that was a visual glitch. Let's just try that again. Let's put him here. Let's do another one. We'll see that it'll explode the wall when he starts, but let's make sure he actually does disappear, because when he died, he didn't leave a nether star. So I think that was a visual glitch. So there we go. He broke some stuff there. Let's throw it down, and that time he did get teleported. So we'll do one more trial of that, because that was a little bit worrying. So we're going to build him again there. We're going to wait for him to be fully formed. There we go. Now we can throw the paper down. He's going to get TP'd. Yep, it is working. It was a visual glitch the first time then. So that's good. He is going to die and it's not going to affect anything and nobody gets the cheaty nether star. So that's good. It means people can't just go build a wither and then throw a piece of paper down and get themselves a free nether star. They will have to either kill it or trap it or something. So that's the wither kill command system. We need to implement that onto the actual realm. But before we do that, we're going to work on actually improving all of these things to make them more efficient. And we're going to do that by talking about ticks. Oh, great. More boring stuff with FoxyNoTail. Okay, so I know that Java edition of Minecraft has 20 ticks per second, but I'm not actually 100% sure that Minecraft Bedrock edition does. So we're going to actually try and figure that out with the magic of video editing by means of scoreboards and commands. So I've just added a new scoreboard objective, which is called ticks, and I've added it to the sidebar display. As you can see at the right-hand side of my screen, it says ticks. Now I'm going to run another command to give myself a 0 count on the ticks. So when I do that, you'll see on the side, it'll say FoxyNoTail 0. And now in this command block here, I'm going to add a new command, which is scoreboard players add FoxyNoTail ticks and then 1. And hopefully, if we put that on repeat, and always active, that's going to add 1 to my score every tick, as you can see like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take this video recording into my editing software and work out how many ticks per second we're getting. So I'll let it run for a few seconds. Okay, so this is Premiere Pro and this is the clip we've just recorded. And if I scrub through this, you should see on the screen on the right hand side, that tick amount should start going up towards the end of the video. So there we go. Look, you can see that's going up. So what I want to do is basically get it to a point where it is has a 0 at the end to make it easier. So there we go. That's 100 ticks there. I'm going to cut the video there. I'm going to slide that all the way to the beginning of this footage. And I'm going to take it to 1 second. So if we put in 0, 0, 0, 1, and then 0, 0. That's going to take us to exactly 1 second. And we can see actually there are 20 ticks. So in 1 second, we're getting a full 20 ticks. So our game is running at 20 ticks per second. And the reason that that's good to know is because we want to make these commands only run every second or so rather than every tick. Because when you've got command blocks like this repeating one here that's always looking for something, every single tick, it actually causes lag. But with these new functions we've got where we have a delay, we can actually tell this command block we actually only want it to run every couple of seconds or something like that. So this system here is for our Thunder Shrine, and basically there's a command block in the center here that is running every single tick, so 20 times a second, to see if a beacon is in place where our Thunder Shrine is. So we can actually do that so it does it every maybe 5 seconds, which, although it will take a while when you place the beacon to actually register it, it means it's going to put a lot less strain on the realm. So let's do it. First of all, I'm going to clone this command block and put it over here so we've got it safe, and then I'm going to make some changes to it so we can actually test it here. So I'm going to put a piece of bedrock there, I'm going to stand on it and take the coordinates, and the coordinates are 100,008 by 2 by 100,017. So what I'm going to do is change the test for to be those coordinates. So there we go. So now, if I put a beacon on there, the system should activate. There we go. Now, it didn't get rid of it because there's another command that actually gets rid of the beacon at the correct place, but we did manage to summon Thunder. So now what I want to do is actually add a delay in between each time it runs, and I want that to be about 5 seconds, which should be 100 ticks. 5 20s are 100, so let's put in 100 on there. So now it should detect it, but after 5 seconds. So let's check it. Yeah, there we go. It did detect it. Okay, so we'll test it again. We'll check. There we go. It was a bit quicker than 5 seconds that time. And then we'll check it one more time. There we go. So that works really well. That's absolutely great. So that means that's only going to run once every 5 seconds instead of 100 times every 5 seconds, which is going to reduce the amount of lag significantly. So let's put our original one back in so we've got the right coordinates. Let's pop that in there like that. Let's put the delay onto 100 ticks like so. And let's get Chuck in to actually test this thing working properly. Okay, Chuck is now in the game and he is stood by this thunder shrine. If we look at things from his point of view, if we place that beacon on there, hopefully it will still work. There we go. It took a little while, but it did actually work. And flicking back to my screen, we can see it's also affected mine. Now, we're going to look at how this thunder shrine actually works and see if we can improve it, because we actually built this before we got this new delay system. We can actually use this to improve this system even further. So before we do anything, let's just have a look how this system works. First of all, we've got our command block that tests for a beacon. If it finds one, it gives a comparator output, which first of all destroys the beacon so that you can't get it again. And then it also sets the title on the screen that we saw. So it plays an explosion noise, it puts a subtitle on the screen, and it puts a title on the screen. So that's how we see what's happening. And at the very same time as that, it also places a piece of cobblestone just above that cobweb there, and then it breaks it so that we get a cobblestone item that falls through that cobweb and eventually hits that pressure plate once it's fallen through it, which first of all clears the weather and then it creates the thunder. And the reason we do that is because we want a delay from when the beacon is placed to when the thunder actually starts. So if anybody, needs to get out of the thunder for whatever reason, they've got a few seconds to do so. So first of all, the thing we want to do is actually time how long it takes for that item to drop through there, convert that to ticks and create a delay instead, so that we don't need this system here or this system here, which will reduce the entire system by about 3 command blocks. So we're going to come back to our command block system. We're going to break those and break that, and we're going to break these as well. And first of all, we're going to grab a normal command block and we're going to put it there. And this one is going to be our clear weather command, which is exactly the same as what we had over there. And then we want a chain command block coming out from that like we did earlier. Weather, thunder, 24,000, just like we had before. So now we've got rid of those 2 command blocks and that convoluted system over there. We don't need that anymore. So let's just test this is actually going to work. It is clear weather at the moment. Let's get Chuck to place yet another beacon on the thunder shrine. And once that's come off, let's make sure that these actually happen. So it happened instantly because silly old me forgot to put the delay in here. So let's clear the weather. And let's put our delay in there for 500 ticks. And now let's try it again. So if Chuck puts the beacon on the thunder shrine again, it's been detected. It shouldn't immediately go to thunder. It should now be waiting, and we should get thunder in about 25 seconds. And there we go, look, it turned to thunder just like clockwork. So that's absolutely perfect. That's reduced our entire system down by 2 whole command blocks. Our wither trigger is also looking for a wither every single tick, and we don't want it to do that, but we don't want it to be a whole 5 seconds of waiting. This time we want it to be relatively quick, so we're going to put this as a delay in ticks of 20 ticks, so it looks every second. So every second that's going to look for that piece of paper to kill our withers, and that way we're not just going to be spamming commands the whole time. We can get rid of these ones now. We don't need any of those. Let's go over to our 1-player sleeping system, and I'll try and explain it, and then we'll try and optimize it. So basically, Slack developed most of this, and I did help him actually optimize it a little bit originally, but now I think we can optimize it a lot further. And basically what's going on here is we have a command block that is testing for beds in every single direction. So I brought Chuck over here and I've set it to night. Now if Chuck goes to sleep by standing on any of the pillows, it should activate the system, and we'll see that happen in a second. And the reason he has to stand on the pillows is because in Minecraft update 1.12, they broke it from, you used to be able to stand anywhere, and as long as you clicked on the bed, it would register you, but now it only registers you from where you were stood before you clicked on the bed. So you have to be standing on the pillow for this to work. So if Chuck clicks to go to sleep there, we will see this command block has activated, which the comparator has gone off, which adds time every single tick. It adds 50 ticks worth of time every single tick, and then it also changes the weather to clear every single tick, and it also comes out this way, inverts this redstone torch, which adds a minus 500 ticks at the very end. And the reason it does that is to stop it going too far past dawn, because what can happen with these 1-player systems is if you've got more than one person in bed, or if there's a bit of lag, this tick command here can go a little bit far and you can miss out a little bit of the day. So what it actually does is it just reverses time by minus 500 ticks, which just brings it back to around about the beginning of sunrise. So let's just see what we can do to optimize this. Obviously, first of all, what we want to do on here is get it it to check you being in bed maybe every 2 or 3 seconds. So let's put this on 60 ticks, and that's going to check every 3 seconds for the players being in bed, which I think is plenty. So we're already massively taking a lot of strain off the server, because instead of having 4 command blocks running 20 times a second, they're now going to be just running once every 3 seconds. Let's just check that still works. Let's set it back to night again. Let's get Chuck standing on one of those pillows, and let's send him to sleep. There we go. And this one has gone on, and you can see it took a couple of seconds to activate, but now it's activated, which is fantastic. Okay, so we could optimize this system further by adding a delay in ticks to this other repeating command block here, but this other repeating command block is only active when a player is detected in a bed, so there's absolutely no point in doing that. It won't optimize things a great deal, it won't save us any lag on the server. Everything else on this is pretty much optimized, to be honest, so we're going to leave that as it is. Let's just do one more test. Let's set the time to midnight, let's get Chuck in a bed, and let's just make sure the whole thing works. And there we go, it's detected it, the sky is moving round, and that worked absolutely brilliantly. That's very good. So we've optimized all of these systems. Now what I've got to do is actually do this on the real realm and upload it again. So let's do that. So before I do anything, I need to go into the realm to make sure there's no one actually playing on it, so that I can take it down for a few minutes so I can work on this thing. And if I look on the tab screen, we can see Tiz is in, but I believe he's AFK. Let's just check. So I've asked the age-old question, Tiz, are you AFK? Let's give him a few minutes to respond. If he responds, obviously he's not. And if he doesn't respond, then obviously he is. And in which case we can kick him from the realm and take it down so we can do this. Okay, he isn't AFK, but he is fine for me to sort stuff. So I've just said it's going to be about 20 minutes to do all of those things, if that's okay. Hopefully he'll be okay with that. So he'll log off, which is great. So we can log off, and then we can do the download of the realm again. So first of all, I'm going to close the realm so no one logs on while we're doing this. And now that's done, I can then download the world, and then we can work from this download. Okay, so I'm back on the actual realm, which is another download. I've gone into creative mode by enabling cheats, and I've just took off all of my stuff out of my inventory, because I have a nasty habit of clearing my inventory when I do these things, and I lose all of my tools and equipment and have to start again. So now we need to go over to the command block area, which means teleporting more than 50,000 blocks, which breaks the game. So then you need to log out and log back in again. And then when you log back in, you are actually where you teleported to. So there we go. This is the actual realm. This is us in creative on the actual realm. So now we're going to do all of the changes we just did. We'll start with OPS because it's easy. So all we did on this was we added the delay in ticks to 60 on each of these repeating command blocks. And we didn't change anything else. For the Thunder Shrine, we added in 100 ticks on the detection, and then we changed this bit so that we had the clear weather command and the create thunder command coming off here instead. So let's do that just like that, and I don't think we need anything else from there. That should about do that. So we can get rid of all of this now. Then we just need our wither trigger, which is our test 4 command, and we've put that with the delay in ticks on there. Let's just test that's going to work. There we go. We threw the paper down that's renamed and it came on. Let's pick it up and it should disappear again. There we go. Now we need our TP command as follows, and then we got our kill wither command block, which is a chain command block, and we have a delay on there as well. And then we had the one to get rid of our piece of paper, which is a conditional chain command block that's always active, and that can stay with no ticks as well. So that should be that system completely in place. Let's just check this is going to work. If we throw that down there, is that paper going to disappear? It shouldn't, because there's no wither to kill. But we know there is a wither in the end. So let's go and test this thing's actually going to work by going to the end and killing the withers. Oh man, I don't know if I dare. We have got a backup, so it's okay. Let's get rid of that anvil. I don't want to be accused of cheating. Let's put all of these things back in there apart from that. And let's go to the end and see if we can get rid of those withers. Right, we're just about there. We're going to need to be pretty swift doing this because we don't want those withers causing any more damage than they already have. So let's hop straight through into the end, and we're going to chuck one of these bits of paper down pretty much as soon as we've loaded it. We know there are 2 withers over here. Let's fly over here where we're going to load them both, and let's just throw one of these down, and we should see, hopefully, that disappears. It did, which means there should be a wither now dying in the void. Can we see it? Have we got time before it goes? I don't know if we have. I think we might have missed it. Oh no, look, there it is. It is in the void, so that is working. It did TP it to the right place, and there it goes. Perfect. Now, according to that program we saw earlier, there were actually 2 withers in the end. One was in a different place, so whether or not someone else was fighting one while we were doing that, I don't know, but it's worth going to check out with our program before we put the realm back live again. But effectively, that's all of the stuff we needed to do. So we're going to go back into survival. We're going to quit out of the game. We're going to load up MCC tool chest, and we are going to load up that world we've just been working on. We're going to see if there's any more withers still out there. And there we go. It's finally loaded up the world. Let's do what we did before. So we need to go to the end dimension, type in wither, click search, and see if there's still one out there, which there is. Now that's in a chunk that we weren't around. So we're going to just get rid of that manually. And then we know that's definitely gone then. And now all I need to do is come back to the realm setup. I need to go to replace world, confirm that, and then upload the world, which is going to take absolutely ages. Once that's uploaded, we can open it and get everyone back on. And I believe that's all of the jobs done that I wanted to do today. Okay, it has successfully uploaded. Let's open the realm and let's go on there. Let's make sure everything is as it should be. We want to make sure sleeping and our texture pack is working. The texture pack is definitely working, which is good. Let's try sleeping. We want to make sure that's working, and I have some of those papers still on me. It really doesn't matter. I can throw those in lava or whatever. I don't think anyone's going to mind me having cheated in 63 pieces of paper. Right, let's just make sure one player sleep is going to work. And there we go. You can see the stars moving in the background, and that went very nicely. Good. So other than testing the Thunder Shrine, which I'll probably do off camera at some point, I think we can say that's an overall success, and I'm pretty sure that's probably going to lead us to the end of the video. I know this is a little bit unconventional. I haven't actually done anything on Truly Bedrock other than command block stuff, but hopefully some of you will find that useful, and hopefully some of you that don't find it useful will at least find it interesting. So on that note, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!